Welcome back, everybody, to the Implausible podcast. It's your boy Leak, also known as Implausible Lemonade. We out here selling lemonade today. I'm here with Zanye West,
Frozen lava.
Frozen Lava, and Benny B. Wallen. Benny B. All right, nicely made bed, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout that out. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the goats, and by the goat, we don't mean animals. We're talking about the GOAT, greatest of all time
You did
in
not just say that.
basketball.
I know
In,
you did
bas-
not just say that.
in basketball.
You did not
Um,
just say that.
this debate has recently come up due to the fact that LeBron James has just uh, achieved.
It pains him to say. I'll finish. LeBron James has recently won his fourth, number four, cuatro,
His fourth
NBA
NBA
championship.
championship
For
and
his third franchise,
for the third franchise and his fourth Finals MVP, which I
17 champions,
should have
17
went.
championships for Lakers, tied with the
All right,
Boston
yes,
Bum
yes,
Celtics.
yes. So the common question is, LeBron versus Michael Jordan. So my question to y'all three is, are LeBron James' four titles better than MJ's six?
What? That's the first. No,
That's the first question.
obviously no. What the heck? No. Because first of all, it took two for one. It took too many tries. It took him year 17 to get his fourth, when it took Jordan like year 15 to get his second three-peat. So I'm thinking you're thinking of the timing and just the fact that like he had to switch franchises and get trades and all that just to accomplish that one thing. And people are going to say, "Oh, the competition is better. This, that, and the third." Listen, y'all say numbers don't lie when his stats pass him. His individual stats passed him. Even if he did it like past the age that Jordan already accomplished this. Like nobody's. You don't hate LeBron. LeBron's a very gifted, talented player. It's just that Michael Jordan's his standards are just unreally. They're just high. They're high. Like what am I supposed to say? Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't like LeBron because I do. Like he's a gifted player, but it's like he's not better than Jordan in my opinion. I just don't feel like he is.
So, like,
And
do you
also
like
Jordan's
LeBron or do you hate him? Like, do you like LeBron? Or do you don't like him?
I do not hate anybody. First of all, I think all human beings deserve a chance to know show me that they're worth my I don't know attention or whatnot. But I don't hate anybody. I just like them into like when he went to the Heat that first time. But we don't want to get into that. 2011 when he lost. We don't want to get into that. So but yeah, like the standard that Jordan had, like y'all really gotta understand, like the fact that 50, 40, 90 club, two three-peats, that's very hard to do. Even if you say, oh, his team was extra good. He was still the focal point of all of those teams. Y'all gotta give him that. But yeah, his four
I,
rings, I was gonna say his four rings, if you're talking about that question, his four rings are not more valuable than Jordan's six. That's no. No.
listen, I just want to say something. Jordan's never been a part of the 50, 40, 90 club.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
but
if you were.
Oh, my
I don't
fault,
know
my
if you
fault.
were
I gotta
saying
take
that.
that out. I was thinking the Steph, my bad. My fault. I don't know why. My stats get mixed up. All right, I like the heart. Anyway, go ahead.
Man's compared a bald black skinned dude to a light skinned.
listen,
Go
I
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
I would like to say that uh I wouldn't say LeBron's four rings is better than Jordan, surely because of numbers. Obviously, six is more than four, but I would say LeBron's story is better. Just the way how he went through, like his career and the way how he got the rings that he has. I feel like is a better story. Like to leave. First of all, he brought that Cavs team to the finals way back when. I forgot the year. Lost to the Spurs. That's cool.
2007
Seven. All right, cool. So he
got
brought that.
swept.
He brought that. Yeah, he got swept. It
Got
was
swept.
LeBron. Like I said, it was LeBron, a bunch of FedEx men, and JV coaches. And he
I'm
bought
not
that
trying to
team.
hear that, yo. Everybody always says discredits his teammates. He doesn't even discredit his teammates, bro. Come on, man.
Can you name his teammates on that run?
The
Name
Jonas
2007?
give me the starting.
Mo Williams.
Mo Williams wasn't on the team.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, I forgot.
I can name the starting five. I can name the starting five right now. You had Daniel Gibson, my man Gibson. Larry Hughes. He was the all-time steal leader. You got LeBron at the small forward, power forward Drew Gooden, and at the center you had this monster of a
He wasn't a
center in
monster.
Jonas
He wasn't a
Ilgauskas.
monster. He wasn't a monster. You're not going to.
Y'all think Jordan could take that team to the
Oh no,
finals?
no, no! I think
We're
actually,
not talking. Oh my god!
I'm about to
yo,
say, do you hear?
Oh my
Do
god!
you hear the people you just named? And you
wait,
said
wait, wait,
that
wait. No, I think it was Shaq that was starting at center. So
Shaq wasn't on the team.
Shaq wasn't. Yeah, Shaq definitely wasn't on that
he
team.
wasn't on that team.
Oh 07? No. He
Nah,
came later on, didn't he?
He came late. He came in 09.
Yeah, he
But
came later on.
I just want to ask, why do you see the teammates you just listed?
Bro,
Oh my
Jonas
gosh.
Ilgauskas was tough.
Do you
I'm
know
not gonna
any?
sit here.
What,
I'm not gonna
can
say
you
that.
name anything relevant those players you just named did outside of being on LeBron's team when they went to the finals? And I know you Googling something right now. So like, tell me, what did you Google that
Yeah.
what did they know relevant for?
Jonas Ilgauskas was two-time NBA All-Star.
Did you know that before you looked it up?
No, I just knew that he was 7 feet 3 inches, which was pretty tall at back then.
So the best thing you
It's
knew
so
about
at
him was
any
his
time.
height.
Ew.
Can I say something? Hold on. Listen, can I say
Yeah.
something? Because this narrative, like, you see how people like drag this narrative with certain players. Like, legitimately, people will drag that narrative saying that, like, oh, Jordan had an all-star cast or whatever. First of all, you gotta understand, Jordan, he made his teammates better. He had to make his teammates better. Like they didn't come in the league tough as crap. Scottie Pippen was not. You're not gonna know. Scottie Pippen did not come in here tough as crap. Steve Kerr, you yourself, Zach, said he was trash. Literally, Dennis Rodman was a rebounder. That's it.
He was a defender.
He was oh my gosh. He was the best rebounder ever. Yes, I understand that.
He ain't played defense either.
He
That's not
played
important.
he played defense too, but you act like he came in the league and he was amazing off the bat. He wasn't.
Bro, he was already established before he went to Chicago.
Yo.
We gonna move on to the next question. I see y'all.
No.
We ain't even
Let him finish his
fully answered this
thought. Let him
question.
finish his thought.
Y'all going a little off
Yeah.
the grid.
No. Let him finish his thought. Because I have a question for him.
Finish your sentence and then we'll move on to the next
Dennis
question.
Rodman was
I'm gonna ask a
already
question.
established. He was a multiple-time defensive player of the year in Detroit before he went to Chicago.
Jordan asked for help. He asked for him. Y'all keep forgetting that. He needed
just
help.
like LeBron asked for Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Yeah, but if
Kyrie was already on the team.
He asked for Kevin Love.
Kyrie is practically better than the teammates you just named.
He asked for Kevin Love and he asked for Chris Bosh.
Hold on. Was Kyrie not better than those two? You tell me Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen were better than Kyrie. You said that on the offensive end.
Scottie Pippen was
on
better.
on the offensive end. Okay.
No,
As an
bro.
overall player.
Kyrie is nice, but what did he do before LeBron get there?
And what did he do?
What did Scottie do before Jordan?
Jordan left and Scottie took them to the Eastern Conference Finals?
He took him to the second round.
You talking about after Jordan retired and he played with him?
After Jordan retired, when Jordan was not there.
After he played with Jordan already, right?
Kyrie
did that
they lost two less games without Jordan.
Oh my gosh! But he played with Jordan, bro.
Let me serve him you two.
Before.
All right, so moving on.
Yo.
Hold on. How do I unmute him? Oh, I think.
Man, really put him on timeout.
You can move on. I have 1 point before you move on. Just 1 point.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is people like to say that LeBron's teammates were terrible and that's why he lost. And freaking Jordan made some of his teammates better. He legitimately did that. That's all we're saying.
He has, but so has LeBron.
No.
No.
All right, next point before we get into a whole
yeah.
All right. So as
Is
we
Kevin
talked
Love
about,
better now?
we talked about the rings in the Finals MVP. But we also got to look at the regular season where, if you look at the numbers, LeBron James versus Jordan, points, rebounds, assists. How would y'all factor that into this GOAT title?
So I would say statistically, LeBron is better than Jordan in pretty much every category. I would say except scoring. Like LeBron puts up scoring numbers, but we can't. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's a better scorer than Jordan. Jordan has more, accolades, but I feel like in his era, like I mentioned before, all you really needed to do was be able to fight to play basketball.
I'm not trying to hear that. Y'all act like this man, he had every move. Bro, first of all,
He's not talking about Jordan. He's
Let me
talking
say
about
this. Let me
the
say this.
other players.
Let me say this. Other than the points, rebound, assists, Jordan does have that one MVP over LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron, on the other hand, have, I believe, more All NBA.
Nobody cares about those awards. Nobody cares about
But-
those awards. They care about MVPs. And
But and I think they're about the same on. I forgot who got more All NBA defensive. I think
Jordan got that.
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
definitely got that for sure. He first of all, I just want to say LeBron will never get more all defensive. If you look at how the difference, he's not getting more than Jordan. So let's just get that out of the way. Second of all, you're not going to sit here and act like these players in the 90s were not skilled at basketball. You're not going to sit here and act like they all just had hands. That's what you basically said.
All right, hear me out. So they are skilled. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Hold on, give me 1 second. What happened? No, but you need.
Can even be
Oh.
Mute yourself.
There you go.
All right.
I got you. I muted him.
All right.
You ready?
Now,
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Accept that.
My bad. What was I saying? Oh, they were skilled. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he was just going up against boxers and whatnot. But the level of talent in today's NBA is far greater than it was back then. And you come on. Now and today, look, you want to join too? Today it's to win you need at least 3 All-Stars on your team today to win. At least.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because nobody's really playing defense anymore. That's the only reason it's like that. They're pushing a faster pace game where it's 95% offense. My favorite player is 95% offense and no defense. That's why he loses. And it's like if the league is trying to listen, I already said it, so y'all need to slander him no more. Stop it.
I thought Kobe was your favorite player.
What?
I thought Kobe was your favorite player. He was like 50-50 to me.
James Harden, who's currently playing. Because you wanted me to say that. You clearly wanted me to say that. Anyway, what I was saying is the NBA is moving to a more offensive game. So the reason why I'm not saying to people that aren't like there are certain players, like role players are more talented than they were back then. But you're not gonna sit here and act like the game hasn't shifted from like back to the basic to just 90% threes and fadeaways and dunks. Like the offensive game back then, and it's 2 different games. But Jordan could have dominated this era too, and you know it. And you can say the same thing about LeBron, but Jordan would have won more because he wants it more. And I feel like LeBron makes more excuses than actually plays.
If Jordan was to play in today's game, he would be Donovan Mitchell.
You're bugging.
All right, so that's true. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna ignore that. Okay. Now, Benny, you just mentioned about how the game shifted to more offensive person. Jordan's part of the reason that happened, right?
I'm not saying, bro.
No. Did you know he wrote a letter to the league complaining about how the Pistons was beating him up all the time?
Because they were fouling him.
That's what y'all like, though, right? Y'all like that.
I've never mentioned. Okay. When did I mention that I like when people get fouled? You know, I'm the last person that wants to mention to anybody. I don't like. You know that I don't like fouls.
Just saying that
All I'm
because
saying is
when
like
y'all talk,
they were getting. First of all, that year they were getting away with a lot of BS, and you can't deny that. You can't deny they were getting away with
it
a
was the
lot
game
of
back
BS.
then. It was the game back then. It
that
wasn't
was
BS
it.
back then.
Y'all talk about physicality, but he complaining about the physicality. That don't add up to me.
You're saying that versus punching somebody in midair.
So
That's
punching
Y'all
back.
want,
that's how they played back
hold
then.
on. Before we go any further, I just want to point something very important out. Since we're talking about errors, right? So since that was allowed, that's one of the reasons that LeBron, he's able to get these accolades is that he's healthier. And it's not because he takes better care of his body, it's because they're in a league where you can literally tip somebody's elbow and it's a foul versus somebody could literally do that and now
Bro,
it would be a
this
flagrant foul versus back then. So it's
this
a lot
man
of stuff you gotta consider.
this
It's
man
a lot you
LeBron
gotta
spends
consider.
$3 million a year on
You
his
said
body.
who?
LeBron spends like 2 to 3 million a year on his body.
He can
So
spend
that
that and still.
that has nothing to
First of
do with
all,
Him being healthy.
yeah.
so okay, all right, so okay, that might have something to do with it, but it's also the fact that the league is way more. They don't allow people to really. You can't hand check no more. Like for real, for real. If you have you ever seen like when somebody's playing or when you see LeBron's playing, like even when he was on Tyler Hero, right, and he was running down the break, and LeBron just bumped him and just dunked it.
Yeah.
If he was able to cut him off and hand check him, I'm looking at it now. If it was a bigger player and he was able to hand check him, he
I'm
probably wouldn't have got that layup off,
I'm,
bro.
I'm
I'm
about
about
to
to
say
say. I'm about to
LeBron is
say. Would you really have wanted to see no rules? He could just foul Tyler Hero how he wants. What Tyler Hero
bro.
charging at LeBron?
LeBron
That
is
would
six
be
eight,
bad.
like
I'm looking at it. You're
Would you
right.
really
That would
want
be
to
bad.
see?
But I'm saying like in the era that he played in, like the era that Jordan played versus LeBron played in, there's more leeway to like play offense. Like if you really think about it, like there's definitely more leeway to move screens. You can get off easier. You don't have people doing this anymore. Like you know what I'm talking about when they you know what I'm saying the White Howard John. But it's just there's so many different factors, and Jordan still accomplished all this stuff in less years than LeBron did, and that's what like always will have Jordan over me, have Jordan over LeBron. Yeah, say what you're saying, Malik.
go ahead, Lemonade.
So, as the moderator here, I come up with these questions. Um, Frozen Lava, did you want to say anything before I move on? All right. So, I was watching this morning about what was I watching? I was watching something about LeBron. Surprisingly, I usually don't do this, and it he said that once he won that championship in
That's super old.
2016, I know it's super old, but like since the whole topic about MJ versus LeBron came up, it was flooding my YouTube about all these videos. I never seen this video because I don't watch LeBron. But
You
he
didn't
had
watch
said
when you were
that
playing on your Blazers,
he
did
had
you?
said he had said once he won that 2016 championship, he was the GOAT. So my question now to y'all is
He felt like
if
he was a
you
go.
if you compare maybe their greatest accomplishment. So I guess LeBron's greatest accomplishment is bringing a championship to Cleveland since they have never won in 49 years, 48.
Right.
Something like
They
that.
haven't won since before the Super Bowl was a thing in the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's your
49
52
years.
years.
So that was his
52
greatest feature.
years.
I don't know what you would say. I would say Michael Jordan's greatest feature was coming out of retirement and winning another ring.
What? No. His
No,
greatest?
what would you say his greatest feature is? And
The
then compare that.
three-peat. What you mean?
Which
The
one?
three-peat.
The
The
three.
first three-peat he ever had. You talking about greatest accomplishment? Yeah.
Well, if you compare that to LeBron's, how would y'all factor that in also as, or you could answer that, or you can also answer outside of LeBron and MJ. Do y'all think that there is another GOAT such as Bill Russell?
Well, I would say I would personally put LeBron's that comeback, that 3-1 comeback, only because, well, not only because, but one of the main reasons is that it's never been done before. People have three-peated before. Certain people eight-peated before. Bill Russell. so, so I mean, even Kobe three-peated. Kobe with Shaq, they three-peated. It's not. I'm not saying it's easy. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, but it's been done before. I've never seen somebody come back from 3-1 in the finals against the best regular season team to ever play the game.
Thank you for saying regular season team. People will be saying best
Yeah.
team all time. People be saying all this stuff, yo. But thank you for saying regular season. Frozen Lava, you gonna say something? Because I already know I'm gonna say already. Because
All right.
I'm gonna
So
forget.
I would say that 2016 finals comeback is probably individually. I would say that's more impressive to me than any of Jordan's individual championships. Now, if you want to group it in and say three-peat, then obviously not, because you know 3 championships to one. But I would
Yeah.
say that is because of the fact that I mean, going into the finals, nobody expect like again, I wasn't, alive for the first three, and I'm not coherent enough to understand for the second three-peat. But I don't know like how many people actually said, the Bulls are not don't stand a chance in this finals, or the Bulls are not going to beat the opposing team they go up against. Whereas everybody thought, oh man, Golden State about to smoke them again. And,
Yeah.
especially if they went up 2-0, blowing them out, and then 3-1. I mean, everybody thought the series was over. And then LeBron, he pulled out, he did GOAT things to win the next three with help from Kyrie Irving. Yes, we're
Thank
going
you,
to
thank you,
that
thank you,
because,
thank you.
only LeBron is the only player who seems to not be able to allow to have help from his teammates. But yes, Kyrie Irving, you know, came in, he did his thing as well. But led by LeBron, they managed to complete the greatest comeback, including going into a place that Golden State only lost in, I believe, 3 times that entire season, and they beat them twice. And they going into this, no, going into that series, they lost in at home 3 times, and Cleveland beat them twice on their home court. So I mean, that's
Man, I miss those days back when there was home court.
Yo, yo, facts, yo. Oh man. I'm not. I cannot be biased. First of all, that three y'all all know that 3-1 comeback. Fine. That's one of my favorite final series I've ever watched. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I did say that, so I'm not gonna take it back. My thing is, I feel like there. Oh, gosh, all right. Let me keep myself together. My thing is like, as much as like he did earn that, and he did amazing things with the help of Kyrie Irving, and no help for Kevin Love, except for that one play strap Curry, but that's it. He did nothing notable. Besides that, like if you look at what Jordan did, and you looked at the fact that he really people will rumor this or say this, he really could have won more championships if he didn't retire. If you look at the teams that won while he was gone, like the Rockets with Hakeem, they could have beat the Bulls could have beat that team if Jordan didn't retire. You could say that. But the fact that he three-peated twice, like twice, like he came back, he was like, let me take a break, came back and whooped them three. Imagine playing the same team with maybe like minor adjustments and losing to them 3 times in a row and getting
Yeah,
dominated.
but that's not a fair comparison. Like we're talking about like an individual thing they did. You're comparing LeBron's
Oh,
one comeback
okay.
to two different three-peats. That's a
and
whole.
I just want to
So
say, uh, Jordan did come back after a year and a half off, and they lost to the Orlando Magic in 6 games. So I just want to point that out before start talking about how he came back and won 3 straight. Now there was a loss to the
he did
Magic in
okay.
there.
Well, he didn't come back and win immediately, but when he went to the finals and won that first year, he won 2 straight after that. That's what I'm pointing out. But if I want to look at one of what I feel was one of his greatest accomplishments is when he was playing the Jazz and whatever food poisoning he had, and he won He won off that game winning shot. If I want to be honest, I guess LeBron's individual 3-1 lead, like beating the Warriors, is more impressive than if you look at Jordan's individual finals performances. That is more impressive. If I want to be honest, it is more impressive. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Thank you.
Nah,
I like
I have
honesty.
something to say. Back to Mr. Lemonade's question about Bill Russell. I'm curious as to know why, because all it seems to be is that Jordan won 6 championships and LeBron now has 4, but nobody ever brings up how Bill Russell has 11 to Jordan 6 in their way of who's the GOAT. So by most Jordan fans' logic, wouldn't Bill Russell be the greatest of all time?
But what
Can you
else has he
answer me
done?
that
What
question?
else
Because
is,
I'm not a Jordan fan.
I'm asking
Okay.
the Jordan supreme lover on this panel.
I'm not. Why do I have to not agree with everybody trying to force LeBron to be the GOAT when he's not? I'm not.
Ain't you say Jordan is like
lover.
is one of your favorite players?
Huh?
Ain't you say Jordan is one of your favorite players?
I gotta be a supreme lover. I gotta be on his meat. I didn't say that. I'm just saying like I feel like he's the GOAT.
Can you just answer the question?
Who said I gotta be like?
Can you just answer the question?
Nobody was saying that. I was just saying he's the GOAT. That's all I'm saying. Nobody's like, nobody's doing that. I'm just saying like people. There's people that be doing that to LeBron, bro, saying, yo, man, he beat Curry, he blew that shot, bro. He the GOAT, bro. Like, come on, man. So what was your question again? I really forgot now. What was your question? What was the question though?
The question was, since Bill Russell has 11 rings, would that not make him the GOAT? According to Michael Jordan fans, seeing that Jordan has 6 rings over LeBron's 4.
Well, first things first, what else has he done besides that? Like, what has he done, like, in the regular season as well?
You talking about Bill Russell?
Yes. What is
He has
like?
the
What has
same
he
amount
done?
of he has the same amount of regular season MVPs as Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
he lead the league in rebounds like his whole career, most of his career.
And
Nah,
he's
him
full-time.
and Wilt was
Yeah, him and Will basically had similar stats for the most part. Well,
he was a rebounding what do you call him? Rebounding, scoring champ. There you go, for 4 years.
so you know how I said that that each of us said, if correct me if I'm wrong, we said each of the players that we're talking about benefited from the era they were in, right? Did y'all say that or not?
I didn't say that.
I think you said that.
Yeah, you're the one that said that, bro.
Okay, well I said that right, and I gave my reasoning right. I gave my reasoning to why LeBron benefited in the era he was in, Jordan benefited in the era he was in. Bill Russell legitimately did the same thing.
Wait, so okay, hold on. Now I can come into this conversation now as a talker, not a moderator. So you're saying that Bill Russell benefited from the era he was in due to what? What was the reason why he benefited?
I thought you were the moderator.
I am, and I asked you a question.
I just want to make sure if you get in the conversation.
But I just asked the question.
Well, just like y'all said that LeBron played with subpar teammates, and y'all say that Jordan played with subpar competition. Who was Bill Russell's competition besides Will Chamberlain? Besides Will Chamberlain, who else? Can you name anybody?
The Lakers.
Who?
I mean, that's who he was trashing.
Did you say Kareem?
He was trashing the Lakers to win his championship. So I mean, that's both of his competition right there.
So basically,
well, I mean, Bill Russell had the biggest
logo, right?
He had the biggest competition of all. Racism.
Ooh.
Anyway, what's the next topic? I mean, if y'all think about it, Bill Russell could really be the GOAT, but you looking at individual along with accomplishments.
See, but that's the thing though. When we talking about the GOAT, a lot of analysts and a lot of people overlook anything past a certain era. I feel like they just discredit Bill Russell era and Wilt Chamberlain era, all because of this modern look of the new NBA. because
I'm pretty sure it was tough.
back
I'm
then
not
they
saying it's
didn't
not.
because back then they didn't account for blocks and steals. So we honestly don't know Bill Russell's stats on that end as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest. If I knew everything, I probably would honestly like look at his accomplishments and everything and like what he averaged. I probably would put him over Jordan and LeBron because he did dominate. He did dominate the league for years,
8
long years.
championships in a row.
So
I've never watched any of the game. I mean, I did. I ain't lie. I watched a little highlight, little footage reel.
I don't know where to
I
find
got bored
that.
because it was low color, so I turned it off.
I'm
You know.
surprised I had for this back then.
Well, yeah.
I feel
We
like
we
that's
could
a,
really argue that, bro. Like I could go either way on that one. But
So why you don't put Robert Horry over?
because
over
Robert Horry was a role player and all he did is shoot one shot, so we're not counting him.
But he has more rings.
He went on different teams and he shot one shot. Can you name his stats and his role in that?
Yeah.
No, you
Give me a
can't.
second. Give me a
There's a
second.
reason why. You gotta take your time, right? Because he wasn't the focal point. Okay. This, by the way, y'all, he said that James Jones is better than Damian Lillard, so we're not taking him serious from this point on.
He's in a better. He's in a
that
higher
was like
category.
the first episode, the first ever
Next
episode, yo. I think that was.
I'm going off your logic though, Aaron. James Jones has more rings, so therefore
I
he's in the
said,
higher.
but listen, I said contribution. I said contribution. I said focal point, and I also said
Contributions.
circumstance.
Contributions. He's a locker room presence. What more can you contribute?
3.3 points per game.
Oh, you talking about on court?
Yo, can we skip to the next part? I'm not about to sit
Please,
here and
please.
listen to y'all
What's the next
argue about
question?
James Jones.
Okay, so I think this would have to be my final question because I'm low key running out of questions. So unless y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about, y'all
No.
Terrible moderator.
huh?
Terrible.
So
Yeah.
I'm being paid for the 30 minutes. I think we are around that time. So I think I'm doing
Terrible.
a great job.
Let's push it to 2
Terrible.
hours.
But I feel like my question was already answered because I had a set of questions I ran through. But my last question was, since y'all was talking about help from teammates, first I want y'all to identify who LeBron James' best teammate was. Is it Wade? Is it AD? It's
Dwayne
not
Wade, for
Kyrie.
sure.
I'll tell you already right now. It's
Dwayne
not
Wade.
Kyrie.
Dwayne Wade.
So it's either I'm talking about like skill wise, not who he had the best chemistry or won the most with, just skill wise.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
And then compare
Honestly,
that. Yes.
honestly, I would say AD.
I would say AD too.
I also say AD. Because
It's
AD,
tough. Like, all right.
when LeBron played with Wade, it wasn't the best Wade that we've seen. It was more of just a really good Wade.
No,
Okay, that's true. That's
the
true.
first year together, Wade was.
But AD, you know, he's still young, relatively young. He's putting up double doubles, like. So I say AD. But if you look
Yeah.
at that now,
Can I
and
tell you why I said D Wade before we crucify me for that?
go ahead.
Because I know I like all right. Obviously, I know that AD is he's a more talented player. I'm not gonna say that because he's a big man that can do guard stuff. So I'm not taking that away, and he can facilitate and all that. I'm saying like there's not enough of a sample size for me to really give AD the benefit of the doubt. We've only seen him play with LeBron one time. We've seen Dwayne Wade play with him, 2-3 years, and they really did mesh well, and he was still talented while they meshed well as well. Even though LeBron was the focal point, they meshing well does matter as well as being talented and contributing, and he did both of those things. Right now, AD is just AD. There were times when he carried LeBron, and then there were times that LeBron carried AD, and there were times that AD didn't show up at all. But like, I need more. I need to see more. Like, I need to see more from him to say whether he was a better teammate.
Frozen Love, I see you was over there talking to yourself. What you had to say?
Nah, because I was going back and forth between the Wade and AD discussion. When I think of Wade, I'm only thinking of their first year together because that was when Wade was at his height you know, before the knees
When they lost to the man Dirk.
before his knees took him out.
Mm,
Uh,
that was sad, man. That was sad to see that.
because I'm thinking back on it, and I do remember Dwayne Wade definitely did average a cool like 30 points on the Celtics in the second round. So
Why
I'm
you
I'm
always gotta
thinking
bring up
back to.
Celtics? Why you always gotta
And
it
he
took me
also
so. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
he was cooking against the Dallas Mavericks. He would have won Finals MVP if they actually managed to win. But I don't know. It's tough because I don't know because LeBron was also a lot younger then, so he could do more, carry the focal point consistently by himself more than like now where he has to lean on AD more because he's older and his body can't do what he used to do in his younger age. So I don't know. I go back and forth on that.
All
I don't
right.
know.
So the second part of the question was now once you identify who y'all think is LeBron's best teammate and compare that to Michael Jordan's best teammate, which is obviously Scottie Pippen. I was gonna say Steve Kerr. I wanted to make a joke.
What?
I'm gonna be a serious moderator. But yeah, comparing that now to Scottie Pippen, um, in my eyes, as much as I hate LeBron, and I'm gonna keep saying this in every episode that he's brought up in, I hate LeBron. When you look at D Wade or AD, any one of them obviously, and you compare that to Scottie Pippen, I feel like Scottie and compared to those players are, I don't know. I feel like, how can I say this? If you let's say I compare this to like 2K, 80 is like a 90, and D Wade was like an 88 when he played with LeBron, and then Scottie Pippen when he played with Jordan was like a I'll say I call him 90 as well. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like LeBron received more help from the players he played with than Jordan received help from Scottie Pippen. Maybe not by like a big gap, but like it's like right there. Would you say that factors in also to you know this GOAT conversation? How LeBron had more help than Jordan?
I would say. Oh, go ahead.
Just exclude like Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, and all them. Talking about like their main source of help.
All right, so you gotta include Kyrie Irving in there, even though you don't like him, because he was the main source of help. He was part of that. Hold on, let me just make sure. He was part of that 3-1 lead, and he also sealed the game. Just want to make sure you remember that. So you have to include him in that argument.
Actually, LeBron still. Kyrie just hit the
Who
ball.
hit the three? Who hit the three?
Who hit the
Kyrie
block?
sealed it. Kyrie sealed the deal.
LeBron had a free throw that
LeBron
sealed
got
the
the go
game.
ahead block. Kyrie sealed the deal. All right, and then Maurice Spates would be Maurice Spates.
But Rich Space was on the opposite team.
Exactly. It seemed like he was on the same team.
So, anyways, back to the question. I would say you have to look more. I think that goes back into the era point because I know most people just going to, say obviously Wade or AD and just look at the points. But, the rest of the game, apparently people are not going to really look at. Like how after Magic Johnson torched the Bulls in game one of the finals, how they put Scottie Pippen on Magic because, Jordan couldn't stop him. They had to, so I feel like a lot of things, like Pippen in that regard, I'm not going to say he's better than either one, but I will say, like, I feel like people underrate Pippen. I feel like they do this with a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people underrate like their favorite players' secondary help to make them look better when you don't really need to do that. But I feel like a lot of people just underrate Pippen because all they do is look at his box score total and see, he an average 25 a game, so he's not that great, that type of thing. But he was still great help, and
I just thought of another question, but I'm gonna let y'all answer this one first, and then that would be my last question, and then we'll wrap up from there.
All right. Well, for one, I wasn't gonna sit here and say that if you said based on you said like comparing teammates or comparing talent.
I don't know. I got a rewind button. I did.
So I want to, from the sound of it, it sounds like y'all comparing teammates. And if you're talking about teammates, Scottie Pippen was definitely the better teammate. People really like don't realize it, but he could do just about almost everything Jordan can do, just not at the same exact like height and level. So the thing about like the teammates LeBron has, most of them are they're like scorers who like close out the game. Like that's mostly what they do, or that's what their role is. Or if LeBron is I don't know, tired or whatnot, you have somebody that can manage the offensive load for a little bit. Like that's what the team that's what it seems like the team those are the teammates that he like went on his team.
LeBron
But
wants specialists.
huh?
LeBron wants specialists on his team.
Right, right. So he wants specialists and then he wants shooters surrounding him. Right?
Yeah, that's what specialist is.
Could have just said you could have just said yes. I was looking. Anyway, what I'm saying is, even though LeBron has had more like stars on his team, I feel like the mesh point, Jordan definitely benefited from that. He definitely benefited more than LeBron did. And to address your what you said, Malik, like way earlier, if you look at the storyline, I don't know if you can hear me or not. If you look at the storyline, like you gotta look back. Like Jordan was slept on like for a minute before like people understood how nice he was. LeBron came in with the hype. Yeah, he was. He was. Before he
You talking about his rookie year?
nah, not even before that, before the NBA. Before the NBA when he was like
On North Carolina?
Oh yeah,
before
that's because he
that,
was.
like when he was in high school. You remember LeBron got drafted in high school. But like before like that from high school, like from high school point, LeBron already he was already crowned the chosen one. He was expected to meet this height already. So that wasn't really anything. People doubted Jordan a lot. Even his coach benched him. Like his high school coach benched him. My fault. Cut him from the team. I'm sorry for whatever reason. And he got motivated and worked really hard. But like the reason why LeBron's story seems better and probably can be better is because um, he was deemed the chosen one. He met the expectations he had. He did not know his father,
Exceeded.
and he put a city on the map that hadn't been put on the map in a very, very long time. So if you look at the storyline, yes, it seems better. Like if you're talking about like situation wise, but basketball wise, LeBron was already expected to be great versus Jordan at first wasn't.
Good point. It was actually a good point. All right, so this is my final question, and then we'll give our wrap ups. My final question to y'all is this: if y'all switch LeBron and Michael Jordan, meaning you put Michael Jordan on the teams that LeBron had, and you put LeBron on the teams that Michael Jordan have, how many rings do you think each of those players, the same era too? So like put Michael Jordan in LeBron era and put LeBron in Michael Jordan era.
Now this is going to be unpopular, and I'm going to say it, and this is really truly how I feel. I'm going to be honest. So I believe that the rings would be the same and opposite, but I don't think Jordan would be
You
able
think
to.
LeBron
Huh?
will, you think LeBron will get 6 and Jordan would get 4?
Opposite. I think LeBron would. I think Jordan would still get 6, but he wouldn't three-peat. And I think LeBron would get 4, and he could like repeat, but I don't think he would three-peat. Like I really, cause like LeBron's game is very it's an adaptive thing. So with the team, and plus having Phil Jackson as the coach and him running the triangle, he basically what was it? LeBron and Jordan, they both couldn't shoot very well, but they both were very athletic. I'm sorry, uber athletic, talented facilitators, scorers, and on top of that, the only thing is it would really have to be his mentality going into any of these games. Because if he were to adapt to the situation, I feel like LeBron would dominate. But he probably his finals record would probably, I feel like his finals record would be like 4 out of 6 to me. I feel like his record would be like 4 out of 6, and like Jordan's would be like oh my gosh, all right. I think it would be like 6 out of like 7 or 8 or 9. One of like it would take a few tries because it's the Cavaliers and then whoever else you have. So I feel like it would take a few tries to win with that team.
My question: are we putting Jordan in the exact same situations that LeBron was in?
Yes.
All right, so I would say he would have 3, questionably 4, if he played in the same route LeBron went, and LeBron will have all 6 the same as Jordan.
LeBron will get all 6 playing. LeBron will get all 6 playing on the Bulls.
I'm saying we put him in the same exact situations they was
Yeah,
in, right?
the same
Yes,
situation.
LeBron would win 6.
And Jordan would win 4.
When the questionable one is in 2013 against the Spurs because LeBron should not have won that one himself. So
Yeah.
that's the questionable championship we gotta go back to. But yes, I do believe because I think he would have won 2011, 2012, and this year definitively.
So you're saying that Jordan would not have came back from that 3-1 deficit.
No, I do not believe so.
Okay. Zanye West. Eventually.
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Man, I feel like I feel like they would both win if they was to switch and the amount though that I'm uncertain because to me I feel because MJ dominated in his era and to me LeBron is is a better version of MJ in a sense. He's not a better passer, but they have similar like what's that word? What's that? Similar abilities. Like I feel like he's more athletic and all that extra. So if MJ could play at that level in that era, I feel like LeBron would be good enough to play in that era. Um, I've seen LeBron take FedEx men and JV coaches to the finals. So ain't no way, ain't no way he can't take Scotty and them to the finals and win.
Here's my take on this. So I asked this question because
I thought you were moderating.
Well, yes,
no, go.
I feel like if you look at Jordan's situation, being on the Bulls, Phil Jackson as the coach, Scottie Pippen. Yes, LeBron is going to win. No, my PS4 about to shut down. Hold up.
The worst moderator
Wow.
I think I've ever seen in this.
Chill. I gotta get my badges. I had to get my badges. I couldn't let that shut down.
Technical difficulties.
Like I was saying, you put LeBron in Chicago with Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen. He's definitely gonna win 2, maybe. But I feel like he's not gonna win all 6 that Michael Jordan did because the triangle, I don't think LeBron can fit into that system. Because the triangle, from what I understand, the focal point, like Kobe, Jordan, and what should have been Melo if Phil Jackson was coaching that year, is that he can shoot. But LeBron in his early stages was not a good shooter. So
it was Jordan.
Shut up. Shut up. I feel like LeBron wouldn't have benefited as much in the triangle as Jordan did or as how Kobe did. So I feel like maybe LeBron would have won 2. Actually, I feel like 3. Because with LeBron's health, as much as I hate to admit it, he has really good health. So in 2000 and 2001, around those 2 years, LeBron probably would have got a chip with the Wizards.
I don't know what he ain't being the Lakers or the Spurs with that.
Listen, no. You know why I say that? LeBron would have went to the Wizards. LeBron would still be healthy, and he'll try to get another
I
star.
knew he was
So
gonna say that.
he's gonna try to get another
Yeah.
star to come to the Wizards. So that's what's gonna happen. And
Yo,
then
I
in
have a-
Jordan,
Malone.
wait, I gotta go to Jordan's situation. In Jordan's situation now, I feel like he would have won. He would have won 2011 against Dallas. He would have won 2012
Against the OKC Thunder.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, nah. I don't think Jordan would have won that.
Jordan would have won that. Jordan
Versus
would have won.
KD.
He would have won on KD, Harden, and Westbrook. He's gonna win in Dallas. The one against the Spurs, I'm not too sure on either, but he's won in one of them against the Spurs. Maybe he's won in one of them. So that's three.
Hey, he ain't beating the Spurs.
I feel like he could have beat the Spurs. I don't know which year, but he would have beat the Spurs one of them years. If it was the year that LeBron lost, Jordan probably would have won.
You tripping?
And then this year, he would have won this year. So Jordan would have 4, and LeBron would have 2. That's my answer. So we would still be in the same situation at 2 rings down.
The only reason I feel as if I feel like LeBron would have had more than Jordan, only because the teams that LeBron was on. Well, LeBron is like I don't know how to explain it. Like you could put him in any system and it would work
He's
out.
adaptive. That's what I was saying.
No.
But he's very. He's very
versatile. Sorry, versatile.
Yeah, he's versatile.
He is versatile, but I don't think you can put him in every system.
Can't.
He's not.
Come on.
No.
LeBron is a system himself. He has to have teammates tailor-made.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna win that 2001 one on the Wizards. He's gonna get people traded and get a star. He probably would have.
You couldn't do that back then, though. You couldn't do that back then.
With LeBron's skill set, right? Like if your team has a hole, chances are he fills that hole. With the teams that if you put Jordan in LeBron's place, it wouldn't be. Come on,
bro. I'm telling you, really am telling you though. LeBron would not have fit into the triangle his early years.
Jackson made the triangle for Jordan to accommodate Jordan. Right or wrong? So if he had somebody like LeBron, he wouldn't have made the triangle.
He would have made the sphere, the diamond, the rhombus.
The square, yeah. It would have been a different system. You can't just use the same system for every player and expect that to work out. Like the same coaching system.
Yo, can we run the triangle on 2K?
No. Anyways,
I don't remember how to do that.
I have a question. Yeah, I'm taking over moderator duties. All right. For Lemonade and Benny, y'all both said y'all don't.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Huh?
That's how you feel?
You already answered the question he about to ask, apparently.
Anyway, y'all said y'all feel LeBron would not have won all 6 championships that Jordan won, right?
No.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting confused. All right, so Benny, you think he would have won all 6?
Oh no. I misheard. Sorry.
All right, so both of y'all think he would not have won all 6. No. So which teams does he not beat?
The Jazz, and in my opinion,
I honestly believe that too. Carmelo would have smacked LeBron.
Him and then
he wasn't beating first of all, he wasn't even gonna beat the Knicks. He was bugging. LeBron James. LeBron James was gonna beat the Knicks.
Wait. Before we do that, the second team, I'm really trying to figure out, like, I feel like he still would have beat the Suns. I feel like he would definitely.
He's not beating the Jazz. Okay, that's 1, and he not passing the Knicks. That's
so
2.
Both times he's not beating the Jazz.
I think he would be the Knicks.
Listen, we've seen John Starks in big games before. All right, I don't even need to go further on if the Knicks would actually beat a LeBron-led team. So all right, so you're saying both times he's losing to the Jazz?
Both. Yes, Carmelo would have 2 rings. Carmelo would have 2 rings.
No, actually, I'll say all right. LeBron, I think he'll have 5 because I'm looking at it. He wouldn't lose. From what I've seen LeBron do, he's not gonna lose to the same team twice because he studies film and he does adapt. Huh?
He lost to the Spurs and the Warriors twice.
I'll tell you why.
Not twice in a row, though.
What's his name? LeBron James is not averaging no 41 points to beat a team. He is not.
He doesn't have to.
I'm about to say he
He's
did
not
that almost against Orlando.
Jordan had to average 41 points to beat a team.
LeBron almost averaged 41 against Orlando.
Bro, that's Orlando.
I'm sorry.
Look at that team.
Phoenix?
Look at that team.
Michael Jordan played Orlando.
Right, hold up. Look at the Suns team.
Okay.
You know anybody?
I didn't say that LeBron wasn't going to beat that Suns team. That's probably one of the two that he would have won.
You said two. So
I say three. I'm still counting on the Wizards.
So which other four teams do you say he would not have beaten?
I'm telling you, he not passing the Knicks. He not beating the Jazz. I gotta. That's all I really could account for. That's all I really know. All my knowledge itself. What was the other teams?
He plays the Lakers, the Blazers, the Suns.
He's not beating the Lakers. He's not beating the Lakers.
You're tripping. He's
not beating the Lakers.
They getting the Lakers up out of there real quick.
Nah, he not beating the Lakers. Continue though. He beating the Suns.
And the Supersonics and the Jazz twice.
He beating the Supersonics. He's beating the Suns and that chip on the Wizards that I keep accounting for.
This guy.
He not beating the Jazz twice, bro. I don't care what y'all have to say.
That's tripping, yo.
I do not care what y'all have to say.
Hey, he not beating the Blazers.
Blazers.
They had Clyde.
Oh, Clyde Drexler.
By the way, Clyde Drexler.
I don't have too much knowledge on. Oh wait, this was Clyde Drexler before Houston or after Houston? This was before, right? I don't have too much knowledge on that team. Is that the team where the dude that just recently died from? Cliff? What was his name?
No, he played on the Trailblazers 20 years ago.
Listen, I don't know no Trailblazer history that's past Damian. No, that's past Brandon Roy. Anything Brandon Roy up, I don't know.
Any more questions? Because my AirPod's about to die.
Yo. But in any event, this is supposed to be the wrap up anyway. So
wait, can I just say something before we?
No.
I'm saying I want to do the wrap up. I'm saying I want to do the wrap up.
You want to do the wrap up? You want to do the wrap up? Why you want to do the wrap up?
So let me just say this. Let me hit the bars.
Hold up, before you wrap it up, I just want to say one thing. Tim Duncan should be 6-0 in the NBA Finals. All right, 5 Finals MVPs. I just wanted to put that out there. All right, continue on.
Anyway, because it has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, anyway. Shout out Carmelo Anthony. I gotta say
that. We're talking about champions. All right,
So you guys, we're coming to the end of the podcast. The GOAT is something.
Hold on. But I don't know what's going on, but my Google keeps talking. Yo, Google, stop. Continue. I'm sorry. She's a little.
Malik know what this face mean, right? Malik?
She a little rowdy, you know.
Malik, remember this face?
Is that the face that got there?
Yo, can y'all make that the thumbnail?
But, nah. Remember, y'all got to remember something. Please don't, you see how we can be calm and really think about these things or you research them. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, it's objective because at the end of the day, you do go by off their stats, their accomplishments, but you can't say there's a greatest of all time because time never really ends. So you can say
the greatest of all time. I'll give LeBron buckets any day. Yo, if you watching this, LeBron, hit me up.
Don't entertain him, please. Don't entertain him, LeBron.
Hit me up.
But you can't make an appearance on the podcast. Give us some
viewership. Because bruh. Malik. That's the first silent podcast Malik gonna be in, bro. He ain't gonna say a word. I promise you not. I promise you not gonna say.
I'll drop out this podcast.
He ain't gonna say a word.
But yo, like this video, like this one right here. You know what? Just like all of them. There's only There's only like 8 likes y'all gotta do. Y'all acting like it's a bunch. You know, we slacking, but we gonna give you more. Share this video. Maybe a friend might like it. Maybe a friend of a friend. Maybe your grandmother might like this video. You never know.
Facts. Even tell your enemies, man. Don't just tell everybody.
Facts. Tell your enemies. He may look at you and be like, "Yo, why you sending me this?" But then he's gonna still like it, and maybe
Facts.
y'all might be friends. We out
And,
here giving blessings.
and always remember, rinse your bread. You don't want no pesticides on that thing.
Rinse
Facts,
that,
facts.
especially
Rinse
with
it.
Corona going around now. You
Yeah.
definitely
You don't
gotta
want no
rinse that bread.
pesticides, yo.
You don't
Clean
want.
bread is better than dry bread.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Clean bread is better than dry bread.
That's a
Yep.
big fact.
All right. And on that note, we gonna catch y'all later.